Hello, good afternoon and welcome to New Forest Morphs. Jared and I are in the facility this morning. It's Tuesday morning and we've had a good clean through the whole collection. Things are going quite well, Jared, and thank you so much for your lovely feedback on yesterday's video. I think Jared was very pleased to hear that people loved the hypo girl that you've got, Jared, or the GHI Mojave Het Leopard girl.
She's a stunner.
Yeah, we keep looking at her. She's in the quarantine area. We're just checking her and temps are holding nicely. She's looking beautiful. So hopefully in the next few weeks, when she's past quarantine, she'll come into the facility and we'll show you some proper live footage of that. Apologies for the abrupt ending on yesterday's video. We've got a problem with our SD card, I think. I only had one other video on there, but it was for some reason shutting down. But this one hopefully will be fine. We were just showing you some of our girls, and I just wanted to pick up from where we were yesterday and show you how our girls are progressing. And I think we got to Koji and Maria, Jared, so let's have a little look and see how they're doing. And we're just seeing what today is. We're just showing you how our animals are responding to their new bedding and how it's helping us on the clean, because I think the cleaning only took us an hour today. And you can see here, this is one of the girls I was going to show you. She's the Blackhead DG pied girl and she's building nicely, Jared. Next week we're going to check her follicles, see if they've started to grow. I think last time we measured them they were 8mm, and that was about 6 weeks ago. So I'm hoping that she's moved up to about 10 to 12 by now. If she has, then we'll start to breed our double het or double visual DG pied boy. And I'll just show you how he's doing. He's taken a nice meal last week. We've moved them up to slightly larger Maltese because what we recognised the last time we put him to one of the girls, he was actually dwarfed by some of the girls, so we decided to try and build him up a bit more. And you can see how he's looking there, Jared. Nice and chunky now. You can see the multi that he's digesting. He's on that hot spot. And I think what it will do, Jared, is it will give him an extra bit of strength so that he can sustain the locking season when we start to get going with him. So of course with that you have to be careful that you don't overfeed your boys, because they can get high metabolic rate goes up and it can add to stress, and therefore they can go off food. So as much as you're trying to get your boys ready to breed, it's important to be methodical and careful with how you go about it. So we'll probably give him a weekly smaller meal of about, let's say 40g Maltese, Jared. Maybe give him one a week, and I think that will give him, so the 60g I gave him last week was a one-off, and I wouldn't do that every week because I think it just gives him a kick start. Let him digest that, let him just go through that process, and then once he's come out of that, we'll slowly build him up again and probably move back to the 40g. But I think that will actually give him an extra bit of sustaining power. Now, talking of that project, I was going to show you the Leopard double het DG pied girl, Koji. Now she is, you can see 7mm, that's in September. We need to check her follicles and see if they've gone up. They were tail to tail, so when we put these two together, which was Tattoo went to this girl, their tails were together but we didn't actually see a visual lock. Now if we can bring her out slightly, Jared, you can see the leopard in her. I think that the Leopard DGs are going to look lovely, but let's just see how she's enjoying the cocoa husk. So can you see that she's actually gone down to the heat spot and she's actually cleared some of the cocoa underneath her, Jared. She's actually sitting on the plastic. So that tells me that she wants extra belly heat while she's digesting. She's feeding really well. She's taking medium-sized rats and she's a good size, and I think that she should start to build her follicles, and again we'll monitor that and see how she gets on. So I think she's adapted very, very well to the cocoa. Moving on to the next girl, which is Sif. I can see that Sif is our Exantic VPI pied girl. She loves the cocoa husk. She recently shed out, Jared. You can see that she is comfortable on it and she's looking beautiful. She's about 1300g, Jared, so she's not the biggest girl in the world, but we're hoping to get her up to size for later in the season. But I think we'll just monitor her, see how she goes. She can be quite a fussy eater, but she was taking 60g Maltese, but she's gone off food for a couple of weeks now, but I'm hoping that the cocoa husk will help her get back on food and present smaller meal, maybe present a 40g Maltese to her to get her back into the feeding mode. Stormy is the next girl above. Now she hasn't gone on cocoa husk yet. I'll just bring her down and show her how she's doing. Now she is a Purple Passion Het Ultra Male, and she's carrying Phantom and Mojave in there. I don't think she's big enough to breed at the moment, but we will probably make her available to somebody that wants to get into the project. There's a beautiful Purple Passion here, Stormy 2, that we'd probably make available, Jared, for the right person that wants to get into that project. Right, moving across now to our new pickup that we had 2 months ago. This is Harlequin. Now she's our double het, pastel double het DG clown, and she's a proven breeder. Now again, she's looking for belly heat, so she's burrowed down and created her own little hotspot. Now that could tell me that I may have to increase the temperatures a little bit, but I think snakes have got the opportunity to move the cocoa husks to get the heat that they need. And when they're laying eggs, Chad, you often find that many of my friends that breed with cocoa husk, they tend to move the cocoa husk away, and they tend to nest up on there. So that could be a nesting instinct. So she's doing well. She took a meal last week, and she took a 40-gram multi. So we'll start her off small and then get her back up to the 60 grammers that she's used to. And let's have a look at her partner and see how he's doing, which is our beautiful DG Het Clown boy.
He's pastel as well.
He's pastel, that's Bozo. Let's just see how he's doing, Jared. We'll bring him out. Now he's on cocoa husk as well, and I haven't weighed him yet, but we should probably weigh him and see whether he's getting up to breedable size. I'll just grab the scales. And we'll just see where he is. I'm guessing he's probably around about the 500 mark, Jared, I'd say.
Yeah, I guess so.
So he's almost ready to move up to an adult rub. So again, you've got to be careful when you start moving your snakes up, because I have moved up boys before this size and they've gone off food. They do like smaller spaces, but let's just see what he's coming in at.
520.
520. So in theory, if he's carrying sperm, he should be good to go in the next month or two. And you can see he is a beautiful example. And when we got him, he was a little bit of a picky feeder to start with, and Jared, you managed to get him back on food, and since then he's been nailing food every week, and he takes a 40-gram multi. But the Pastel DG does look good, and he's het for clown, so he'll be the boy that we'll put to Harlequin. So we've got to get Harlequin up to size. There's no rush in starting the breeding process. We want to make sure that Harlequin is at the right weight and size, and obviously even though he's big enough to breed, it might be wise just to hold him back for another month or two before we decide to pair them up. But that's an exciting project that we're looking forward to, and hopefully we'll get both of them ready to go, because I think DG clowns are absolutely beautiful. There's a chance here for a super pastel DG clown, which if we get a killer DG clown, that's a very powerful animal, because it will guarantee pastel in the DG projects. So that is our aim, is to get a killer DG clown from these two here.
It would be nice.
It would be lovely, Jared. So let's just put Bozo back, and I think the other one I wanted to bring out, Jared, were there any particular babies you wanted to show off today?
This one just shut out.
Yeah. So let's have a look and see how the lavender albinos are doing.
I think it was that one.
Let's bring them to the table, shall we?
Actually, it was this one.
Is it that one?
This is the one that shut out.
Why don't we bring all three out? We've got three Blackhead Lavender albino het hides. They've all got slightly different patterns on them, and we'll bring out the bigger one.
Yeah, these two took a bit longer to get on food.
Yeah, it's amazing how siblings can feed at different rates. Let's just check the weights on those.
So this one's 90 grams.
90 grams, which is good, Jared.
This one's going to be similar. 80.
80.
And then the one that fed from the start.
So these are all siblings.
Oh, I missed a poo there.
Right, we'll get rid of that.
Is 165. But all three of them were born at the same time.
Look how easy it is to clean. I mean, literally, with the cocoa husk, you just pick up and go, don't you, Jared? And
I think this one is the prettiest out of the bunch,
yeah,
in my opinion. It's got this really cool pattern on the tail,
yeah.
almost like a ringer.
What weight was the bigger one, Jared?
165.
So twice the size of the siblings, and
Yeah.
that's because he started feeding from the beginning of
I
his.
think that's the girl, isn't it?
So which one is it? The girl. So we've
this
got
one's a girl.
the girl.
This one's a boy. This one's a girl.
So we've got 2 girls and 1 boy. The boy looks very bright to me, Jared.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? Look how bright he is.
Really orange.
Really orange. So yeah, very.
He has just shed out. I reckon that might be what it is.
Yeah, I think so. And you can see as they get older, the lavenders kick in. So you'll get a lovely white background. But if you were to pop open and look at Zeus, Jared, just show everyone what colour he is, because he's getting lavendered on there.
Yeah, he's. There he is. He's almost purple and yellow.
If you look at the big dreamsicle girl at the bottom, see how she's doing. Blackhead dreamsicle. So we're looking for a girl or boy like that, but to have the blackhead in as well, Jared, is what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Good, Jared?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, the other hatchlings that I was going to look at, Jared, is I want to see how the triple hex DG possible cryptic het clowns are doing. Now, I think this one here is getting quite chunky. Should we just?
Yeah, they're all
have a look
nailing
at that?
food.
This is one of my favourite looking potential triple hets, and it's the combination of leopard. I think the combination of leopard, Jared, and with lesser goes well together, doesn't it? And that's got pastel as well, has it?
I think so.
Pastel. So we think this is a pastel leopard lesser, potentially triple het clown DG cryptic. And I'm just going to slip the water out and just weigh her and see how she's coming in.
Definitely a double het. It's definitely DG clown double het.
Yeah.
Possible.
And this is a male, I think. So this is a boy. So let's just have a little look and see how much they're weighing.
320.
320. So it won't be long before he's able to breed, and that'll be really, really nice to actually have leopard going into the DG clown project, because we've got the leopard going into the DG pied, but we don't have leopard going into the DG clown. And I think what we're planning to do is, if we end up producing that killer DG clown, let's say we pair them up and we do hit a killer and we get a boy, we raise that boy up and plug them into some of these girls that will be ready to go in a couple of years, is the plan. So you can see we're thinking ahead and producing future breeding stock. This is a boy, obviously, so we haven't decided whether we're going to keep it or not yet, Chad. I mean, I'd like to keep it because it looks great,
Yeah.
but it might be that we either keep it for breeding or we decide to sell the whole back to someone that wants to get into the project. We might be able to make a pair up, Chad, where we've got a couple of double hets that will have the extra incomplete dominance.
Yep.
But we'll see whether we make that one available, but it's well established, 325. The other one I like the look of is this one here, Olympia. Let's bring, now this one is a female, so this is the girl that we were going to build up, and she'll be part of our future breeding. She's definitely a holdback, and let's just have a look and see how she's doing, Jared. So she's liking the cocoa husk. I think she's going to be a good weight, getting close to 400.
350.
350. And she's enjoying being on the cocoa husk. Now when you look at her head stamp, Jared, this is why I think she could be carrying cryptic. The cryptic has very similar patterns to what she's carrying, and also look at the overlap on the body. Cryptic also has a lot of this overlap going over the dorsal and some funky pattern, so I think this one may prove to be cryptic. I'm hoping so.
She's an Enchi lesser leopard.
Enchi Leopard lesser, so carrying a lot of genetics going into that double het or possible triple het project. She feels really chunky, Jared. I mean, she's established, she's feeding well. And what's she taking, Jared?
40 gram Maltese.
40 gram Maltese, and look, she's lovely, Jared. Looks really, really, really beautiful.
Yeah, she's a nice girl.
She wants to come out and explore, and this is the nice thing about coming in a facility. You're enjoying seeing these animals progressing, but also you're enjoying the patterns and the colours as they start to become more chunky. I think the animal starts to look even more attractive. And in that same clutch, we'll just see how the other ones are doing, because we actually were blessed with about 7 in the clutch. Now this is Nikki, which is, again, this is another female, which I think, Jared, this is your favourite of the collection. She is a super inchy leopard, and I think is she carrying lesser as well, Jared?
No.
No, so a super inchy leopard. And there you can see what the super inchy does. Look at the beautiful head stamp. And how much is she at the moment, Jared? She's
300.
She's got a green eye, so I think she. I wonder whether the green eye comes normally from the pastel.
Does Enchi have green eyes?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think pastel.
She's not a pastel.
Has she got green eyes?
I don't think she's a pastel.
No. Okay. What weight have you got in her, Jared?
300.
300. So she's doing well, and she's taking 40-gram multis at the moment.
Yeah.
So she started at 10, 20, 30, and now she's on 40 grams. But beautiful girl.
I think we've got a pastel. Oh, it wasn't super Enchi though. We got an Enchi. Did we get a pastel Enchi? Maybe not. Because pastel in the leopard looks different. Like here's a pastel leopard.
Let's bring up the pastel leopard and see how that compares. I think the Enchi, and there's a difference, isn't there?
Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful?
The head stamp as well.
Yeah, yeah, the head stamp's got that brighter colour on it. But, is that a boy or a girl, that one, Jack?
It's a boy.
That's a boy. So he's
He's on
carrying.
Morph market.
Yeah, he's available, and he's carrying the double het at least.
Yeah, he is a pastel leopard, het clown, het DG, possible het cryptic male.
Yeah. It's got really lovely. Look at the alien heads on him, Jared. You can see. You look at his body. See the alien heads up here. All the funky patterns.
Yeah.
It's like ET, isn't it? It's an ET. Look at that crazy, crazy patterns. ET phone home. Yeah. Perhaps we should call him. Has he got a name yet?
No.
Call him ET. But anyone that likes ET movies who wants to make an offer, please feel free. But he's seriously funky. Beautiful boy. So we've got quite a few girls and quite a few boys in that clutch. They're all doing well.
Yeah.
And they're weighing between 300 and 400 grams.
Yeah, everything's feeding well.
Which is pretty good going, because they're only about 5 months old now, aren't they? So they're averaging about an average of about 80 grams a month, and it's exponential. So
yeah, we'll keep
that will go from like 350 to 500 very quickly.
And this one is an Enchi leopard without the pastel.
Yeah. Is that a boy or a girl, that one, Jad?
That's the girl.
That's a girl.
Yeah, Enchi leopard. So she's the same as Nikki, but with not the super.
This one's from a different clutch, but we think this has got OD and yellow belly in.
Yeah.
Let's
This
have
is
a
a pretty
look.
one. That's
Let's have
in
a
shed.
Is it in shed? Okay, yeah, I can see it's in shed.
Normally that's glowing.
Yeah.
We'll get her out when she glows.
Yeah, that one just in there. But I think that's probably all of those from that clutch there, Jared. Right, we'll come back to. Is there any others you want to show off, Jared?
No, I thought this is from a different clutch, but it's the vanilla Enchi lesser clown. Possible leopard.
Yeah, she's got a mark on her as well, which is a
yeah, it's like a paradox
mark. But she's pretty. Okay, that's probably all the snake candy I wanted to share today. One of the things I forgot to mention, Jared, is when we had Mark and Callum's family over a couple of weeks ago, one of Callum's desires was to learn how to pop, because I think he was needing a bit of assistance on how to pop, and Jared very kindly did some demonstrations there, and I forgot that I videoed Callum's first pop, and he's given me permission to share this, and let's have a little look and see. Let me have a little look here. So let's just show the process. Callum's now got his first decent pop.
Yeah.
And honestly, well done, Callum. congratulations on hitting that one. Well done. So, Jared, you showed him the technique, and then he practiced on a couple.
Yeah, he managed to get a hemi-peen out, which was good.
Yeah. So well done, Callum, for mastering that. We forgot to give him a mention there, because I think it's not easy to do a pop, is it, Jared? It takes a little bit of time. It took you a while to do it. I can just about do it. But there are other methodologies. Obviously, the probes. You can use probe kits, and you can also now send off a shed, and they can sex your animal from a shed nowadays. So if you don't want to get involved in popping or sexing, then you can always pay for a shed and have that confirm the sex of the animal. So I think that'll about do it for today. That'll wrap up Tuesday's video. Thank you so much everyone for your watching and enjoying the channel, for your love and support, and we should hopefully see you tomorrow. Bye for now.